Hello. So we're going to be creating a vision board tonight. I've been making vision boards myself since 2006, which is about the time that the movie The Secret came out with by Rhonda Burns. And I have the book here. It's a very quick read and it goes through very easily the principles of The Secret and including vision board. Creating vision boards. The fact that I'm doing these vision boards and the fact that I'm coaching and the community that I am creating and the people that I'm working with are all a result of my vision boards that I've put together in the past for myself. It's always been my vision to be doing these things with people and sharing some of the things that I've learned along the way that I feel like have really helped me. And so I actually have a picture that I don't have in front of me right now, but I can share it with you later. One of my last vision boards, and I have it right here. It's my screensaver on my phone. There's a picture of me wearing a blue sweater, standing in front of a board, giving a presentation. And the first time that I ran a vision board in person, pre-pandemic, I found myself in a room that looked just like the room in the picture with a big conference table and chairs around it. And there I was at the board in a blue sweater. And it was not planned out. It was not intentional. But when I realized it afterward, it was really, really shocking to me. Because even though I've been doing this and even though I've seen things, happen because of my vision board or, my belief that it's because of my vision board, it still surprises me. So what I do is I didn't do any pre-planning like for tonight necessarily. I didn't cut anything out or I don't have anything put aside, but I have been thinking for a while about my new vision, the vision that I want to see for myself to come true, because about 6 years ago, I worked with a coach and he really worked with the law of attraction and vision boarding and all of that. After we met for the first time, and when he asked me what I wanted in my life, what I wanted my life to look like, what I wanted my job to be, whatever it was, all of the questions about the details of my life, I spent some time working on it. And then I avoided talking to him for about 6 weeks after that. And finally he cornered me and he said, I can tell you're avoiding me and you're not coming over to talk to me like you used to, because we had a meeting together each week. And I said, you're right, because after our meeting, when you asked me what I wanted my ideal dream life to look like, and I really sat down and thought about it, it put me into a very dark depression. For about 3 days, I had a hard time getting out of bed. I was really depressed because my reality was so far from what that vision was in my mind that I wanted my life to look like, that I never imagined that the changes that I was about to see would happen, or that, I would be at this point in my life where so many of those things came true that I'm actually ready to start over. I'm ready to start a new vision board. And what I've said to, people before is that if you know me, if you know my life, some people, if some people were to compare my life to theirs, they might not understand how it is that I feel like I've achieved what was on my list. I'm not a millionaire. I don't live in a big mansion by the water. There are things that might not be envious to someone else, but for me, they're all the things that I wanted. What I wanted in my life was peace, stability, financial stability. I wanted a healthy relationship with my kids. A lot of what I wanted was inside. I wanted inner peace. And so because, like I said, so much of that has come to me, or I've created that for myself, I am ready to move on now. So I'll show you a couple things. So I showed you the book, The Secret, and this is a great kind of beginner introduction to the topic. And then I'm currently going through this book again, but it's Jack Canfield's The Success Principles, how to get from where you are to where you want to be. And at first I thought that this was just a typical business book. I thought it was really like business related, just because of the picture of Jack on the front there. And then I opened it up and found out that it's all about the process of manifestation, visualization, etc. The power of our words, our thoughts, and our beliefs. So there's a whole section in here about creating a vision board. You can refer to this book. It's really great. I've taken notes. There's so many things in this book that that I believe and that I kind of follow, and it was a great reminder for me. And then every morning I journal. I love this journal that someone gifted to me. It's got this cool leather cover and these they look like really worn pages. But I do journal every morning. And when I do that, I tend to write down. I tend to get ideas, and they come to me. And so I write them down, and sometimes I'll just make a little note in the margins. But so when I go to create a vision board, I have some notes in there. I keep notes on my phone when things pop up. Excuse me, things that are interesting to me or things that I realize that I want. So I have a note on my phone that says Vision Board 2022. And that is what I will refer to as I look through resources. So as far as resources go, I have a big collection of old magazines. I got some of these from doctors' offices, from different people. I just kind of asked around. Some people had collections of magazines that they were done with and they didn't want to just throw them out. And so I offered to repurpose them. And what I did was I collected them from with different topics. So I have some like sports related, some about, living or like good housekeeping, but I have some about health, fitness. I want to be able to find a variety of pictures. I want to be able to look through a variety of magazines and see things that I might not have even realized were on my list. But when I see the picture, I get excited about it. So I have that. You can also use a program like Canva, which I do as well. You can use Pinterest to collect images. Canva has images within it, so you can search for them, or you can upload your own images and then create your board right in Canva. And from there, you'll be able to download it, to print it, to save it. Once I create my vision board, I want it to be somewhere where I can see it. And so I have it as the screensaver on my phone. I have it as the screensaver on my computer. I have, some of them are big. And so I might, maybe tuck it away in a closet or something, but somewhere where I can see it. If it's big like this, I will take a picture of it too, so that I can access it more often. I like the size of this, and I like these big images. They're really vibrant, and but they're not practical as far as being able to keep around all the time. Sometimes some people will really make a beautiful, like for me, I just kind of, pull out pictures and slap them together in a collage. But some people will really take the time to make a beautiful collage or piece of artwork with their vision, something that they can put on the refrigerator or put in a frame and put on the wall so that they can see it regularly as they go about their day. And the principle, the basic principle of the law of attraction is that what you put your attention on is what you'll get more of. And so we practice keeping our attention on the things that we're grateful for, the things that are beautiful to us, the things that bring us joy, the things that, that we see out there that we want to bring into our lives. So, so I gave you some resources on where to get information about how to do the vision board, other than what we're doing here tonight. You can use magazines, you can use pictures from online, Pinterest, etc. And then you can choose what you're going to put them on. So I like to use a notebook. Sometimes you can cover the notebook with images front and back. You can use the pages for images, or you can keep the pages blank and use it as a journal. You can use the big poster board, blank poster board. You can use different sizes. Whatever it is you want to use, go ahead. All right. So when we get started, once we have some supplies ready and we're ready to start looking at the pictures, what I like to do is trick myself a little bit. So I'll kind of ask myself, what do I want my life to be like in 3 years or 5 years or even 10 years? Because what happens is, if I say I want to have, a house on the beach, because I do, if I say that to myself and I say it that I want it within the year, I've got a million reasons why I think I will not have that house on the beach this year. But if I open it up and say, well, maybe in 3 years or 5 years or 10 years, it almost makes it feel like anything is possible. I do believe that anything is possible. And so when I use that little trick, it helps me come up with ideas that I might have stopped myself from coming up with before. So that's it. And then the rest of the night is just fun. It's just looking through pictures and finding things that you think are beautiful, that you would love to see every day in your home. The way, if you see, this is just a mother and a child in this like loving little picture. If you see pictures of relationships that you would like to have in your life. And then also words. So you can find positive words. I might cut out living life and put that somewhere on my board. Sometimes I'll be really specific with my words. So if I put a picture of a stack of money, if I found a stack of money or something like that that represented wealth, I would cut out the picture, and then I could take some stickers and write down what that picture means to me. So it might say, I have $10,000 in my savings account, and I will write that down and put it near the picture, so that when my eyes see the picture, it's also associated to the phrase, and it just helps create that picture in my mind and those words. So repeating, I have $10,000 in my savings account it becomes a part of my subconscious. So when I'm making money decisions throughout the next year or so, I'm deciding if I'm spending money, if I'm saving money, it gets into your subconscious. If I'm telling myself that I'm saving money, then it will impact my choices as I go. I found some plants on here, and I definitely want more plants in my house. I've got one big one right now. I just ordered another, and I definitely want to get more. So I'm going to be cutting that out. And that is about it. That's you know, all that I'll kind of offer to you right now. If you have any questions, you can put them, you can send me a message. But right now, this is just time for you to collect your materials if you haven't yet. Get out some colored markers, some stickers, anything that you want to embellish your board once it's done. This is my travel board that I did 2 years ago, right before the quarantine. And so like literally right before, maybe a week before everything shut down. And I had gotten to a point where I was just starting to think about traveling or being able to travel. And then COVID happened. So I thought, well, that was a really, you know, that was not going to happen. But last month I ended up on a very surprise trip to Puerto Rico, which looked very much like a lot of the pictures that you'll see on here. And there are little things about this that actually did come true. So there are phrases on there that I heard and things like that. So you don't have to, part of you doesn't have to believe that these things are going to happen, but some part of you believes that this is what you want and this is what you will bring into your life. So just have fun. You know, you can cut out a bunch of pictures and then at the end decide how you want to lay them out. You can focus on your health. You can do a board that's just about your health, that's just about your career, that's just about your home, you know, or you can do one board that incorporates everything. So it's totally up to you. There's no rules, except for have fun, let your imagination go, and keep it positive, all positive. All right, have fun. And let me know which things come true for you, okay? So make sure you put a date on the board, the day that you make the board. And then as things start to happen for you, put the date on there so that you can see how quickly some things come. And that's one thing we can't control is when they come, but it'll be interesting to see when they do. All right, have fun.